All right, everyone. Let's begin by reviewing what we learned on Tuesday. So, we will be talking for the next couple of weeks about the Italian Renaissance. And let's begin. So, the Italian Renaissance was the rebirth of classical ideas and values. Now, the word Renaissance literally means rebirth. It is commonly used to reference the time period following the medieval period in which huge societal changes were happening. People's attitudes on faith, society, structure, and the value of a human life were all changing. Now, something that came out from the Renaissance is this idea about humanism. Now, one of the big shifts to occur was the idea of humanism. During the medieval period, the individual was not as important as the community. That means people focused on what the collective group thought and not what the individual person thought. And even less important than the lord and monarch at the top of society. That means individuals were not seen better or superior to the lord or monarch. Now, these changes in society followed the Black Death led to a new value for human life and the importance of the individual, or ideas on individuality and natural rights stem from this time. There was also an art explosion. During the medieval time, art was mostly part of grand cathedrals and churches and was made to glorify God. The Renaissance saw a huge resurgence of art made for other reasons. Artists experimented with new techniques and created art representing the natural world, pagan myths, and celebrating the human body. It was an exciting time to be an artist, with rich patrons paying artists to work in their studios and decorate their elaborate palaces. There was also a new social order. Following the Black Death, society began to change. The surviving workers questioned the old social order and started to demand better pay, better treatment, and more freedom. Peasants looked for new opportunities in cities, and a wealthy middle class began to emerge. People also questioned the authority of the church, and the Protestant Reformation took place during this time. Classical style. A new respect for the past occurred during the Renaissance as artists, scientists, and philosophers looked to inspiration from ancient Greek and Roman ideas. Techniques like perspective, which had been lost following the Roman period, were rediscovered and refined as artists looked to make their work both more realistic and more beautiful. Center of culture. The Renaissance first started in Italy city-state of Florence in the 1500s, otherwise known as the 16th century. Money brought into the idea through trade and banking created a wealthy new middle class. This group of people became the new leaders in society and were eager to cement their place in the new hierarchy through patronage of the arts and construction of grand buildings. Ideas from Italy spread across Europe, and other countries had their own Renaissance. Lasting legacy. The Renaissance gave us some of history's most famous art and artists. Men like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael, Botticelli, and Brunelleschi created fantastic works of art that still inspire and amaze us today.